On this week's SheerLuxe Vodcast, we discuss summer dressing from holidays to wedding guests.
There's a really great brand called You Swim, and they do kind of that Hunza-esque style swimwear.
I just love renting for weddings.
So H&M at the moment have really nice floaty sort of caftany dresses.
We also chat about the surprise celeb romance that we are obsessed with.
They should never have met. They were never going to meet. Star-crossed lovers, like the Delulu in me is like, yes.
Plus our summer beauty essentials.
It's the Lancaster SPF in the orange. It's actually unbelievable, isn't it?
And finally, how to resolve an argument when both you and your partner are stubborn AF.
That gives me deathly anxiety.
Yeah. Are you then no, I need to speak to you right now. Tell me what you mean.
Yeah. It's all on this week's ep, so stay tuned. Welcome to the SheerLuxe Podcast. I'm your host, Polly Sayer, and today I am joined by podcast host and writer Billy Bhatia and SL's Director of Marketing, Maya Lucky. We are chatting all things new and noteworthy, our fashion finds, plus our favourite celeb moments, and answering your dilemmas. But before we get started, I'd like to announce the competition winner from last week. It was the quarterly competition, and the winner is Kate Gibson 3575. Please email info@sheerluxe.com and we will sort out your prize. Okay, let's get into it. Girls, you're both looking gorgeous today. Let's talk about outfits. Billy, what are you wearing?
I've ASOS heavy today. I'm just really obsessed with ASOS range. It reminds me of the OGs all know ASOS White, which was my favourite place to shop. So I've got leather shoes on from there. Jeans are actually New Look. This is also ASOS and this is Topshop on ASOS.
It's gorgeous.
And then jewels are Missima, and this is my new favourite necklace that I got in Hong Kong.
It's really nice.
Pretty,
I feel like it's giving Gap Year but grown up.
Yeah, it is.
I like those beads. Yeah, they're very in now as well.
Yeah, very cute.
Very nice.
Well, I want to hear all about your holiday in a bit, but first, Maya, what are you wearing?
I have got Zara white heels on, H&M Studio trousers, which I bought these kind of by accident. This is so off topic. Well, it's actually not off topic, but it's a bit of a tangent. I bought these, when you just do a mass order, not thinking, click, checked out. And then I looked at my bank account and I was like, whoa, well, I didn't spend that much money at H&M. I'm so confused. I thought it said £15. They were 150.
Oh, damn.
From H&M. I was like, well, I've worn them twice now, so they're staying.
Yeah, gotta stay.
They're actually very good, I will say. And other stories, little cardigan thing. And my neck scarf is H&M too.
Very nice. Quite a tricky day to dress for this because it's been raining outside, but it's also quite warm.
Yeah.
I'm not sure I've got it right.
I think you have.
Well,
What, the bare toes?
The bare toes.
With the wet.
With the wet, it's not really it. I was wearing a pair of ballet flats to work. To travel in, and I still don't think I nailed that. But anyway, I'm wearing some pink shorts, which are from Glassworks London. I'm just really sticking with shorts despite the rain, committing. Some shoes from H&M, jacket is from the Frankie Shop, t-shirt is from Reese. Anyway, how are the both of you? Generally, what have you been up to?
Good. It's been a nice bank holiday weekend. Had a wedding this weekend.
You looked amazing. That dress,
pretty.
Unreal.
I just it is like a chuck-on dress, basically. I just don't like a fuss with anything that I'm wearing. So it's great. It had a lot of volume to it, and it was everybody was in butter yellow. There was
really?
I'd say 80% of the wedding guests were in butter. They all looked amazing. So it's an on-trend colour, and it suits everybody. But it was a Bernadette Antwerp dress, and I've got a few of them, and they are just my absolute favourite things to wear. They make me feel great. But the wedding was gorgeous. I just love.
Me too.
I'm such a wedding crier. Invite me just for the emotional drama that I'll bring to your wedding.
Totally. I feel like we've all been to weddings within the last couple of weeks.
Yeah.
And it's so obvious to say, but they're just so lush.
They
especially when you
are.
really believe in the love between the couple. It's just
so lovely.
I'm a weeper as well.
Yeah. Emotional gal. How are your bank holidays?
Nice. I was in Marrakesh actually for a hen do, which was very fun.
That's fun.
Yeah. It was really nice. It was very glamorous. We stayed in a lovely villa. Lots of dinners out, lots of sunbathing by the pool. It's 35 degrees. It was glorious.
Heaven.
Yeah, it was really nice, really nice.
Would you recommend Marrakesh as a hen do destination?
If you were wanting something that is a bit glam, a little bit relaxed, so like going out for nice dinners but not like going out crazy partying, then it's perfect.
Okay.
You can dress up and you can go to the fancy hotels that have nice restaurants, but it isn't a like, I didn't feel like it was a walking to a bar kind of destination. Like you book your restaurants, you stay there till close and then you go home type thing.
Okay.
But yeah, it was really nice. And the hen loved it. She really loved it.
Bit more sort of sophisticated.
Yeah. We had massages at the villa, like beautiful pool. It was really nice.
So nice.
Well, that's a real grown-up hen, isn't it?
It was.
Yeah.
It is. I feel like I need to get on more hens like that. Mine are usually like willy straws and going to
There wasn't any of that. Yeah.
Oh, it's nice to do both, isn't it?
Yes,
Yeah,
exactly.
yeah,
Bit of both. Yeah. What about
nice.
you? What did you get up to?
My dog ended up in
Oh, yeah.
emergency vet, which I can now laugh about because he's okay. But it was super weird. Like I got home and he was really wobbly on his feet, couldn't really stand, and was just sort of like, you know, shaking like that. And I was just like, what is wrong with him? And my friend who I was on a dog walk with called me and was like, is Barry okay? Because her dog Pepper is not. And I was like, oh, they must have eaten something. And you know, long story short, 900 quid later, he's okay. And they think he could have eaten like some kind of like mold or algae, but her vet said it could have been cannabis.
Oh my God. So they were high.
So he could have been high.
Oh my God.
So like my dog was basically stoned and I had to
Cost
pay
you
$9
$1,000,
and it cost me $1,000. I like picked him up when he got home. I was like, how are you going to repay me for your little drug trip?
What do they do for £950?
Well, I think it was more expensive because it was a bank holiday. Why do dogs, all like pets generally, always get sick on a bank holiday? They're like, oh, you know, you can take him home if you want to. I'm like, obviously, I'm not going to do that. Like, you're in for it.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, it's an emotional roller coaster.
Oh, I'm sure.
But I can now.
I'm glad he's okay.
Yeah, I'm glad he's okay too, and I can like laugh about the fact that he's, you know, a bit of a stoner. Baz Marley, we're going to call him. Anyway, before we get into...
No, well, hang on. Other than that, what
Other than
happened?
that, I mean, I just went for some runs.
No hangovers.
Oh yeah, I saw your Strava activity. It was high.
Like, guys, I know it's not about calorie burn, but I in one day burned more calories than I did on the London Marathon.
What?
So it's
Wow.
insane. So I did like a run in the morning, and then Harry just woke up, having been on a night shift, was like, right, you up for going cycling later? And I was just like, oh, do I have to? But I did. And yeah, we went for a big pub dinner.
Very
afterwards,
nice.
Which was
Yeah, you deserve that.
sweet experience. But yeah, it was kind of wholesome vibes, and we've been away, went to Cornwall last week, and then we were in LA the week before, so it's quite nice to just chill and, like,
except for you,
well,
did
yeah,
not.
not that chill. Yeah, like my family friends come
Chill
over,
and
like, "Do
burn
you ever-"
10,000 calories.
Yeah, my day of chill is like lying on the sofa and not moving.
This is what I keep saying to Harry. I'm just like, can we have a rest? And we actually had like an argument on holiday in Cornwall because I was like, can we just
Sit
go
still.
a little bit slower? And he's like, I'm just trying to have a nice time and plan things. I was like, yeah, but can we just have a nice time while like sitting on the beach?
He just loves an activity.
He does love an activity. I don't know. Is Cal the same? Like,
Oh God, no. Callum will happily lie horizontal for a month, like
really?
by a pool. Yeah.
Are you the same?
Yeah.
Okay. I'm sort of jealous.
I tend to come back from countries and people go, oh, did you go here? And did you go there? And did you see that? And I'm like,
No.
I was by the pool.
But I kind of feel like, I don't know, everyone's got a different view on how
Yeah.
holidays should be.
Yeah.
Like, what do you think? But it was like,
I felt really guilty when I came back from Bali that I hadn't done all of the things that everyone was like, oh, did you go to Uluwatu? And have you been to Ubud? Did you do this, do this? I was like, Like, I literally stayed in one place, had nice food, had fun playing paddle, went to the gym, like made a couple of mates.
That's
Yeah.
my dream
That was kind of
holiday.
it. Like,
Yeah.
and I was totally fine with it. I'm at peace with that being the trip. It didn't have to be this like go everywhere, see everything thing. I can go back and do that again. Bali's
Yeah.
still going to be there.
Totally. And like you said that the China bit before, it was quite hectic. So
Be intense, yeah.
need a bit of
It's just like cultural sensory overload. Everything was just different, and because we were there for like a work thing, so we were there for the Canton Fair, which is like this huge import export market, like 30,000 steps a day. It's massive. You're interacting with people for like 8 hours, and by the end of the day, I was like, I am no chat for anybody. I am done. So I think I was really happy to like bed in
Yeah.
Canggu and Bali and just that be that be the trip. I think take the pressure off. If you just want to drop and flop.
Yeah, sometimes 100%. You just need to relax.
Yeah, I think there's a lot of pressure to just go and like see as much.
Yeah.
And, like, you get a million messages, don't you, whenever you go somewhere like, oh, you must go here.
Yeah.
It's quite overwhelming sometimes. And you're like, actually, I just want to not do very much.
Yeah.
All right, before we get into the chat, I want to talk about this week's competition. You could be in with a chance of winning Smeg's new soda maker, which is a eco-sustainable way to carbonize your drinks. I'm sure you've all heard of them, and Maya, you're a big fan of doing that.
I love sparkling water. I make my own at home and I drink it pretty much everywhere I go. I love it, love.
Yeah, perfect. So you could be in with a chance of winning one of those. All you need to do is comment below, let us know what you want to see from the SheerLuxe Vodcast in the future, and we will pick a winner next week. Okay, let's talk about what we're loving right now. Maya, what have you got on your list?
Well, we've got a similar thing on our list, but Sirens on Netflix.
Yes, just finished it.
Oh, you finished it? I've only done, well, annoyingly on the plane back from Morocco, I only managed to download 1 and 3 episodes. So I've watched 1 and 3. So I need to go back and watch 2. And
Yes,
then,
quite a lot happens in each episode.
yeah, I was told I do need to watch 2, so I will. I'll let you explain it because I'm actually horrific at explaining shows and films.
So it's a new series on Netflix with Megan Fahey, who was in The Bold Type and in White Lotus.
I'm obsessed with her. She's amazing.
And initially, I thought this is a really similar premise to that one that she was in before, where it's like big house on the
Hamptons
beach.
one.
Exactly, yeah. Big, rich family drama happens on the beach in this house. So it centers around this place called the Cliff House. And it's about 2 sisters, Megan Fahey, and I actually don't know the actor's other name, but she's really good in it. And they're 2 sisters, not quite living the same life or quite on the same page. And their dad's really unwell. And Megan's character is like, right, sick of doing this all by myself. I'm going to go and get my sister from this job that she's doing. And she is an assistant to this very rich, powerful woman who's played by Julianne Moore. And it's a bit of a psychological, thrillery drama, 5-part limited series of what unfolds when the sisters reunite at this place, and they essentially kind of have it out with each other, and all of these other characters get involved too. But I didn't really know where it was going in the first episode, but some of the outfits are outrageous and some of them are really beautiful.
Yeah.
It's like great interior inspiration. It's kind of like Sims, like the house is so big.
It's massive.
And that actually was entertaining. I binged quite a lot of it, like quite hungover after the wedding on Sunday. And I'm pleased I had just 5 episodes. It's like, that's perfect for me. You don't have to commit too hard to it.
Yeah, I'm liking it so far. 1 and 3 have been good.
Yeah. It's the only thing I'd say it's lacking is I don't fancy anybody. Oh. And I feel like that's
Do you feel like you need to fancy someone in the show to really enjoy it?
Yeah.
Do you?
That's really 18, isn't it?
Cool.
Do you know what I mean? I'm always just like, oh, but like, where's the fit guy? Will they get
that's
together?
true.
Like,
I mean,
there's not really a fit guy.
No, there's men, but they're not necessarily like hot.
No.
Yeah.
Oh, Kevin Bacon's in it too.
Oh, is he?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, he's the husband, right?
I don't know why I got from fit guy to Kevin Bacon. But he is quite fit in it, yeah.
Okay, I might add that to my list. I feel like
Yeah,
I watched a
do.
few bits and bobs.
I
But...
finished Ransom Canyon as well.
Okay.
Which
Happy with it?
I actually loved it. It's such a bit of me series though.
Yeah.
Loads of fit men.
Number 1. Tick.
And it's kind of like Netflix's version of Yellowstone, but like not quite as highbrow.
Yeah.
Like it's a bit more silly, fun country
I quite
western
like that because
vibe.
Yellowstone, I do sort of zone in and out a bit because
It can be quite serious, Yellowstone. Like,
Yeah.
Not that you have to pay huge amounts of attention, but like I do think the themes are quite like serious, heavy, whereas this is just it's like parts of this are quite dark, but it's mostly just quite silly.
okay, I like that sort of thing. I think that's why I like Sirens because
It's a bit silly. Yeah.
Okay. Maya, have you got anything else?
Potentially a boring recommendation, but I do swear by it because I feel like I've tried a lot of SPFs now, like body ones.
Yeah.
And I was borrowed from some of the girls on the trip that was on this weekend, which I've used it before, but just borrowed theirs around the pool. And it's the Lancaster SPF in the orange. It's actually unbelievable, isn't it?
Best.
Why?
Yeah.
Why so good?
Just like you put it on and it goes on beautifully. It's more like a water oil hybrid. It goes on beautifully. It smells really nice. It feels luxurious. Like, I
Okay.
just really rate it.
I've honestly used Lancaster for 20 years.
Have you?
Yeah.
Really?
I'm like a hardcore Lancaster girl, and it is the best. It just makes you look bronzed.
Yeah,
Like,
you do get a good tan through it.
Properly bronzed. But the Lancaster, I think I've talked about it on the SheerLuxe show before. The Lancaster Tan Maximizer After Sun Lotion is ride or die holiday product. It literally locks in your tan like it's in. It's not moving anywhere, and it makes it like you golden and bronze and beautiful.
Okay, I'll have to add that in then because, I'm now not
Okay.
going to buy any other SPF apart from that.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow.
For body, for sure.
Yeah.
It smells delicious as well.
What about face?
Face, I use La Roche-Posay, the little white with the orange label.
Stellios, yeah.
Yeah, I love that.
Yeah, it's a great one.
Can we talk about your lashes though very quickly, because I've just been eyeing them up and they look really nice.
Thank you.
Yeah. Are they recently done?
I got them done last week, yeah.
They look really good.
I am fully addicted to them now. Like, it's quite hard to go back. I've done it since my wedding, so this will be nearly 2 years now.
Oh, really?
Good
Right.
for
So
the summer though, isn't it?
they are good.
It's so easy.
And like, you don't have to wear mascara.
No.
But can we talk about the fact that they take bloody ages to
They
do?
do.
And like, I've had that done once and I felt quite claustrophobic because you just have to lie there for like however long, like hours.
Yeah, an hour-ish.
Oh, okay.
Bit over an hour.
Mine were like 3.
Yes. Oh my God. And I
Yeah.
was like, can't do anything.
I think you're going to the wrong place.
Yeah,
I
maybe.
go to
Where'd you go?
Sugarcane in Clapham,
Sugarcane Clapham.
and it's
okay.
just about an hour and a bit.
That's more doable.
Yeah.
And you can just have a
Yeah.
little nap while they do it.
My problem is I do often fall asleep, but I kind of
Waking
like
you up at the end.
half notice that I've fallen asleep, and then the thing that will wake me up is like a slight. And I'm like, oh God, I'm so embarrassed. And I feel like when you get off the bed, you're so disoriented, and they're like, "Great, have a nice day," and I'm like, I can't even find the door.
Kind of nice.
Yeah, it's a nice relaxation. And then my Oura Ring's like, potential nap detected. I was just lying down. I wasn't asleep fully, I promise.
Yeah.
But yeah, false lashes. And if you've never done brow lamination, I really do think for summer it's like the best thing in the world.
Yeah. I love an LVL for summer.
You have got lovely, natural, long lashes.
Yeah.
I
Lucky.
actually used the Sharpore lash serum.
I think it really works.
Yeah, I used it for my hair. Like, my hair was thinning massively. Like, I had loads of hormonal hair loss. And I used the Pitted Growth Serum, and it's fantastic. I still use it now. And then they launched an eyebrow serum and a lash serum, and I used it religiously. And I think, like, consistency is so key with all of those things. But
Yeah,
it
definitely.
definitely made a difference.
They do work. Like, I've been on the Revitalash, which like has really improved the length of my lashes, but you do have to like commit to it for like probably 6 to 8 weeks every day
Yeah,
before you notice a
definitely.
difference.
Okay. I feel like I need to do that whilst doing my extensions so that it maintains the health of my lashes underneath.
Yeah, maybe.
Yeah.
But I guess they just look really good, and if you're in the habit of getting them done.
Yeah, well, that's the problem. So I let them run down quite badly before I got this set done.
Yeah.
Just because of travel and stuff, I was finding it hard to fit an appointment in. And I was looking in the mirror and I was like, why do I look so weird? Like, what has changed about me? It's like, I just don't feel myself. Got my lashes done and I was like, yeah, it's because I didn't have any bloody... I actually had no eyelashes. Like, I had my natural ones were shorter than they should have been because of the lash extensions.
Because they do
It does
sort of-
damage, yeah.
It's like anything, like, you know, people talk about biab being like better for your like
Yeah.
nails or like healthy. I'm like, none of it's good
No.
Yeah.
for you.
It's just better than.
It's
Yeah.
just better than something else.
If you've seen your nails with your biab taken off,
Oh my God, I have recently.
no way that's good for you.
I like it was not good for me. I mean, I like made the mistake of like picking mine off, which is like the worst
no.
thing you can do. But I was like, for a hot second, like, do you know what? I think I'm gonna go like a bit natural. I'm bored of like this rigmarole of going every 3 weeks and getting them done. It's expensive, it's time consuming. I'm just gonna like let them grow out naturally. Anyway, I lasted a week and I was like, I can't do this anymore. I feel like it's part of my like personality
Identity,
having
yeah.
them done.
Yeah.
So yeah,
a coat of
I'm just
armour.
like locked in for life, unfortunately.
Yeah, ditto.
And there are worse vices, I think.
True. It's just expensive being a girl,
Yeah,
isn't
it
It
is.
is, man. Like the list and the time. Like that's the main
Yeah.
thing.
Do you know the one thing I do wonder about getting your nails done is, are we all, because we're this generation of, getting your nails done for
Manicures,
3 weeks, are we all going to have like the wrinkliest hands in the world because they're under a UV light?
Yeah, I do wonder that.
it? Is that a thing?
Well, yeah, it's what damages your skin, isn't it?
Yeah.
UV?
Oh, yeah.
My
Real slow
Penny
realization.
the penny just dropped.
Anyway, what are you loving, Polly?
What am I loving? I want to talk about the Isles of Scilly because
Yes,
I
that's
think
beautiful.
it was really nice. We went there for a day trip when we went to Cornwall last week. Harry flew us there in the little plane that he rents with.
Is it scary?
It is a bit scary, I won't lie, like at first. Like I trust him completely, but it's a very small aeroplane. And I don't know, I just think, just can't believe this tiny thing that he can literally pull out of the hangar will get us up into the sky and keep us there. I also just think like the laws of like physics about flying it, like generally, I don't really understand like how is that still in the sky? But it was a cool way to get over there.
Yeah.
We spent the day there and had a walk around. And I don't know if you guys have ever been there, know much about it.
But I have a friend who used to go all the time, and they were like, it's basically like the Caribbean of the UK, and I was like, what is this magical place?
It really like it feels like an exaggeration. Maybe it was because it was really good weather, but it did feel a bit like that, and it almost has its own little microclimate. Because there were lots of like plants and like palm trees even that I've never seen in the UK. But because it's like, I don't know, it got its own thing going on there. And the beaches are just stunning. Like we flew over and it was like flying over some like Caribbean islands, but maybe just like a bit, I don't know, greener or something. But white sand, glorious, like clear blue water, just so, so beautiful. And it felt kind of like secluded, a bit quieter, some nice places to eat.
What was the water like? Was it warm or was it like still
No,
brisk?
it's still like brisk, like, but you know, kind of like nice to dip your feet in.
Yeah,
Put your toes in.
Yeah. But yeah, I don't know. I think I'd stay there for like a couple of days. We literally just went for a day trip, but I think you can like stay in nice little hotels and Airbnbs and stuff. But yeah, I really loved it. But we were staying in St Agnes in Cornwall, which was like my next recommendation. I feel like I've been to a fair few places in Cornwall now. Harry's shown me around because he's from there. I think St Agnes might be my favourite. It's just really cute, really pretty. It's got enough sort of like slightly bougie gentrified cafes to keep you happy. Some nice places to eat. And we stayed in a gorgeous little Airbnb called Norrie St Agnes. And they have their own website and stuff. If anyone's looking to book something. It's great for 2 people, dog friendly, has a beautiful view over Trevornance Cove. A little roof terrace. So like had breakfast up there in the morning. And the town itself is like just gorgeous. So yeah, it was a nice little getaway. Felt like we had really like really good weather, so felt like being abroad.
Now it's all gone.
I'm really sad.
Yeah, I hope
Is it coming back? Well, I'm gonna have to look because now I feel anxious about it. The weather is looking up
for the weekend.
Yeah, 24 and sun. Saturday 25 and sun. Sunday 22 and sun. This is in London, but.
Let's talk about some fashion, shall we? This is the Fashion Finds segment. It's brand new, where we tell you all about what we've got our eyes on from high street to luxury. And this week, we're going through some spring, summer finds. So, Billy.
So, swimwear. I find plus size swimwear just impossible because it's all just really boring and like Speedo, basically. But there's a really great brand called You Swim, and they do kind of that Hunza G-esque style swimwear. But without like the super high leg, just gives you a bit more coverage. And they have like they only have 2 sizing options. Like I think it's like an 8 to an 18 and like an 18 to a 24, and they just stretch and fit everybody. But they are so comfortable. They're quite pricey, but I would say a really good investment for the summer. I've bought like 3 of them now, and I swear by them. Love them.
Nice. And what about like cover-ups and beachwear generally?
I think Aussie brands do it best, in my opinion.
I agree, yeah.
For the beachwear cover-ups. Love Lee Matthews, love Matto, all of those brands that are just like, they just do beachwear so well. There's this amazing one on Lee Matthews that I've got my eye on. It's like this minty green, really light cotton, like sort of pleated beachwear. Yes, so pretty. But I feel like you could really dress it up and make it like a proper dress.
Gold accessories and that sort of thing. Nice.
And just feel $1 million if I was in it. I mean, it probably costs something close to that, but
Maya, how about you?
I agree with Australian swimwear. If I've got this wrong, but I'm pretty sure they both are. Away That Day and Monday Swimwear are Australian as well, aren't they?
I think so, yeah.
I love everything they do. Their bikinis are lush, and I like that their bikinis all match like a sarong or a skirt or a cover up or something like that. Love those. There's a new one. It's like a light blue. It sounds a little bit like the colour you were describing, actually.
Oh, yeah, like seafoamy.
Yeah, and then it's got this matching, like really loose shirt cover up. I also love Toko Swim. I really like their swimsuits. And then I was just obviously in Marrakesh, and I wore this H&M really floaty, dark red dress. I feel like H&M at the moment have really nice floaty sort of caftany dresses, which I'm very into at the moment.
Yeah.
I'm more about the floaty than the tight bodycon style now. I just like to
So easy,
waft.
isn't it? Floaty dress.
Wafted to lunch in my cover up.
I think it makes you look expensive when
I
it's
do
floaty as well.
too.
Yeah.
Like a really good pair of earrings, a loose fitting dress, and a nice clutch bag. You look really cool.
Yeah, completely agree. Likewise, I found a really cool, 100% linen caftan from, do you know Archetype?
Oh, yeah.
I've heard of it, but I don't think I've ever got anything there.
Gorgeous brand that is all kind of sustainable, 100% linen pieces. And this particular one is long sleeved, pretty much ankle length, but it's got this gorgeous tie detail down the front, so you could sort of wear it like a dress. Obviously there's a bit of a gap, so you'll see your bikini underneath, but I think that's kind of a vibe when you're on holiday, or just wear it undone over the beach. It's really pretty away that day as well. I know you've both sort of mentioned that, but they do have some good bits.
They really do.
It's sort of I would say their swimwear is quite cheeky, on the bum. I think they do have some fuller coverage ones, but generally speaking, I'm damn, she's hungry. But really nice. I've got my eye on this polka dot one that's got a red rose in between here. It's kind of giving that tomato girl.
Yeah.
From is that last summer? I think it was, but I'm late to it.
Dams and Madder also had some really good swim. I didn't even know they did swim.
Their swim was so good.
It's really great. But I feel like if you're going on a girls' trip, there's some nice pieces in there.
Yeah, fun vibes. Cool, thanks ladies. Before we move on, please do subscribe to the SheerLuxe Vodcast. It really helps us and allows us to keep making content like this. Let's move on to Mustn't Miss, which is the segment where we talk about everything you really need to keep your eye on, whether it be anything on SL or some recent projects. So what are you loving from the SheerLuxe site?
I'm really in the market for a pair of hardware sandals, and I don't want to do the trawl. Thankfully, the girls have done it for me because there's a great edit of gold hardware, silver hardware sandals, and I've added to basket. I've added a June pair because they're suede-y. They've got them in black and then they've got them in brown suede too, but they're on the big toe, the gold hardware, and then crisscross, and then round the back because I'm just a clumsy girl. I need a little bit more ankle support than just the flimsy bits. But there's a brilliant edit on there, and really good price points too.
They are. They remind me of toe rings. Do you remember toe rings? Yeah. Bring back a toe ring, man.
You can do it, Polly. Bring it back.
No, I should. Yeah, I used to love that going on holiday, and then taking it off when you go back to school and you have a little tan mark.
It's giving Cornwall vibes, a toe ring, no?
Yeah, it is actually.
Little braids, some
surfer
anklets.
beach girl.
Yeah. Maya, what have you liked from the site recently?
Also shopping. Lou and Nana did a Zara unboxing last week, and I have also added to basket. In particular, this pair of white mules that look quite like YSL-y, and I think it would be perfect for summer in the office, to be honest. So yeah, it's doing very well on YouTube. It's clearly popular. Everyone's looking for some summer bits.
Yeah, I think it's on the brain, especially because the weather's been so good. Has been good
and is coming back according to Billy.
Yeah. No pressure on that. Don't out me.
Billy, the weather girl.
Doesn't come to fruition.
I'm coming for you. Well, I wanted to talk about the luxury wedding guest, or it wasn't really wedding guest. It was event season dressing edit that we've got on the site, and it's got maybe sort of 12 really good, a bit higher end pieces that with a bit of chat about why you should get them, and it's a really, really good edit. They're beautiful dresses, but it just got me thinking about the fact we've all been to weddings recently, and we've worn some good bits, I think. Where I know you mentioned Bernadette, where else are we shopping for wedding guest dresses? Any brands that we should look out for?
I mean, I feel you've got to be smart, and when an H&M studio is dropping,
yes,
that's when I'm right, ads.
Yeah, mango capsule as well.
Yeah,
so good.
those like luxe high street options I think are always so good for event dressing.
Agreed.
Yeah. And I know I bang on about ASOS Range, but they've got some brilliant options on there too. Yeah, really good like event options and about the like 120, 130 mark, which I feel like is doable for a wedding.
Yeah, for sure.
But also, by rotation, I've got a pop-up.
Love renting.
Top tip for renting, if you can afford to do it, if you find a dress that you want to rent and you're worried about like it fitting or whatever, order it from like Selvages or something like that to try on, send it back obviously, and then rent it. Because I think that is the risk with a wedding in particular, because you need that one thing to actually fit and wear.
I just like love renting for weddings for not just for like eco reasons, but because quite often it's the kind of thing that you would only wear once because it's so statement. Like I wore a bright pink age dress to a wedding a couple of weekends ago, and it had these big kind of huge sleeves. It's so extra that I wouldn't wear that again to another wedding, because they'd be like, oh, you wore that. I know it shouldn't matter, but they'd be like, you wore that somewhere else.
Yeah, totally.
So it was just perfect.
Yeah.
Trying that. But I appreciate that not everyone feels comfortable just ordering something and doesn't know whether it's going to fit. So like those pop-ups, it's a great way to find that, isn't it? Like,
exactly.
Yeah.
IRL shopping.
Yeah. And it means you can wear designer dresses for a fraction of the price, which is very nice.
Yeah, that is true.
I actually did discover a brand called Omnes recently, which do some really gorgeous dresses. They've got these like bandeau floor length ones at the moment that are stunning. Really love those.
Yeah.
Like a yellow or a green or something.
Yeah, really pretty. Let's talk about our hot topics and celeb moments for this week. Billy, I want to talk about yours because I want to talk, I'm chomping at the bit.
No, I'm obsessed in a really unhealthy way. And now my TikTok, I love that TikTok trend. It's like, I built this page brick by brick. I'm like, I really have, because I've interacted with every edit of Jojo Siwa and Chris Hughes.
Yeah, literally.
But like, I don't care about them as individuals. Like, I'd never watched Dance Moms.
Yeah.
I think I did actually watch the Love Island series that Chris was in, but like, they're two people who they were not on my radar whatsoever. I didn't even watch Big Brother.
No.
And then I just obviously sort of saw this video. I was like, oh my God, they look so cute together. And then I was like, the drama that unfolded during Big Brother, the drama that's unfolded after. Yeah. I can't get enough.
Yeah, I think that's sweet.
Have they like 100% confirmed?
I don't
that
think
they. I mean, like
officially.
If it's a friendship, it's a very
like legs intertwined friendship.
Yeah, and I'm not like that with my best friend. So I think, it's got to be romantic. But they do look cute together.
They do look cute. She looks so happy, and he looks really happy.
They do. Look happy.
But I mean, look, I'm not one to weigh in on like the hard launch, but I think. Yeah,
it's got to be a hard launch.
It does feel relational. Last week I was like, it's a publicity stunt. They just want to be relevant again. Like, I really was backing that, but as it just more and more unfolds, I'm like, no, actually, they do look pretty happy together. It does feel pretty genuine.
Yeah.
Was the drama that she was in a relationship with someone else?
Yeah, she was.
Okay.
Yeah,
when she was on Big Brother, and
that is a bit.
They sort of stood by her side throughout the whole thing, but then at the after party, Jojo broke up with them.
Oh.
And that was when it was all like, it does look like a love has blossomed out of it.
Yeah, it is just like two different sides of the celeb world.
Totally. Like, they should never have met. They were never going to meet. Star-crossed lovers. Like, the Delulu in me is like, yes.
Yeah.
Total fate moment.
I know. I believe in it. I'm sorry for Jojo's ex-partner.
Yes,
but,
sorry, Kath. Yeah.
But obviously they just look, they just look very happy. You have another one. It's a little bit more highbrow.
Oh, right, yeah. Okay, we're going to do a high-low mix. I don't know if anyone is, surely everyone's seen it now. This clip of Emmanuel Macron and Brigitte Macron coming off of, are they in Venezuela? I can't remember where they were.
I don't really care or know
where
they
Vietnam,
are.
Vietnam. I think they were landing in Vietnam for a state visit. And the camera crew is obviously positioned at the aircraft door, and the pilot, the door opens, you can see the pilot, but they obviously, Emmanuel and Brigitte don't realise that the crew can also see them. And Brigitte just swipes him across the face, like a proper, quite a feisty push.
And we're sure it's her. Like, it appears to be Brigitte, doesn't it? We're not sure.
I think it I think that it's the same outfit, so people have
Right,
sort
so
of
like,
put two
it
and two
almost certainly
together.
is.
But it's what has really tickled me is the way that their PR team have spun this, being like, it was their last moment of normalcy before the doors of this aircraft open into their state visit, and they were just playing around with one another. I'm like, if my partner swiped me across the face,
I'd be like, what are you doing?
I'm not sure I'd consider it playing.
It's the way he just sort of turns then to the door and is like, like having
Yeah,
been
yeah,
like,
I'm on, yeah.
Yeah, it's really bizarre, isn't it?
Do you think it was one of these, like get in the room type situations, like, let's go?
Maybe she does it to him every time.
It looks like she's telling him to like stop. Like sometimes like a child that just won't shut up. I'm not saying like you should meet your children this way, but you're just like, oh, stop talking. Just like a hand over the mouth, but like a really aggressive version of that.
I got that from it that she was livid with him and she's just like, fuck you.
Yeah, there's definitely some anger.
Been a naughty boy or
there, but I just think that what would have been so fun for me, not for them, would have been so fun to like be a fly on the wall for is the press team after being like, how do we spin this?
Yeah.
Because it was like, it's quite damning.
Yeah. The devil works hard, but their PR team
exactly
harder.
That's my high. It's a very high-low mix.
I like we love it. We bring a bit of everything to the podcast. Maya, what have you enjoyed from the celeb world this week?
I don't know if it's like old news now, but Justin Bieber's Instagram post of Hailey Bieber's cover shoot. Did you see it? I can't say it verbatim, but he basically did an Instagram post.
Yeah, I saw it. Yeah.
It was an homage to her American Vogue cover. But instead of just saying, congratulations, darling wife, it was like, I hope you can forgive me for that one time I told you you'd never be on the cover of Vogue. Like, it was rogue.
It's like mad that you would like out yourself.
Yeah.
That way.
Like,
it's so strange.
Like maybe she would have gotten the cake to be like, you. I did get the cover of Vogue, like a little inside little joke or whatever, but like to publicly say that you didn't believe in your wife, I think is quite like, that's quite harsh.
And also like, even if it's like tongue in cheek, you know how people take things so seriously online. Like surely he more than anyone knows how literally people will take things. And
well, they have since like there's so many, there's this TikTok trend now where partners are asking their other partners, being like, do you think I could be on a cover of Vogue? And they're like, oh my God, of course, you're the most beautiful person in the world. They're like, Justin Bieber didn't think that about Hailey. Like,
To be fair, I'd be quite livid if my partner said, you can't be on the cover of Vogue. I know I'm like Delulu in Billy's words, but like I'd be probably quite upset if I might ask him this evening.
Yes.
I'll let you know what he said.
Can you film it for us? Yeah.
I did wonder, this is completely flip-flopping onto a much lighter subject, but still within the Bieber world. Is she hard launching like some sort of alcohol brand or something? Because she's like obsessed with martinis.
Yeah, she is definitely drip feeding that, I think.
Yeah.
I just really wish I was grown up enough to enjoy a martini.
I've got into them this year. I never did
not
before.
just make you absolutely shit-faced?
Yeah, you can only have two, yeah. Have you had a dirty one?
Yeah, I've had a filthy one.
Still
wasn't doing it for me.
That's how I like it. I
What's
like
the
them
difference
filthy.
between dirty and filthy?
Really dirty.
Like loads of olive brine.
Olive brine.
Okay, so just nice and salty.
But I don't like olives, so I'm like, it's just not
that's
for
probably
me.
That's probably where it's all going wrong. But yeah, look, there she is with her martini. Like they are everywhere.
She does make them look chic.
There's a thing, isn't there? It's like the New York Happy Meal, and it's a martini and fries, French fries. That's what it is.
Is it?
Yeah, that'd be a cool photo shoot. Wouldn't it?
That. Watch this space, but I kind of with you. I don't think I can stomach them. I like a sweet drink.
Yeah,
A little
I'm
margarita.
girl.
Oh my God, yeah.
Do you like a spicy marg? Yeah.
Like an espresso martini. That's about as
Yeah.
martini as I get.
Yeah. I had an espresso martini in LA that was made with tequila.
Oh my God,
that's
it's
a thing in
so
America.
delicious. Yeah.
I actually think that was on your recommendation. I went to the rooftop bar at the Mayborn. Did you tell me to go there?
Yes, so nice.
It's really good.
So nice.
Dante,
It's a real
it's
vibe.
called. Would recommend if you're going to LA. It's such a vibe. Well, just quickly, I just wanted to talk about my celeb moment of the week. And it was Simone Ashley in Vivienne Westwood at the Cannes Film Festival. I don't know if you saw her, but she just looked, I think she's a real life earth angel.
Yeah, she's a gorgeous girl.
She's so gorgeous. But the dress particularly, I'm in that bridal like mentality at the moment, and Vivienne Westwood obviously does beautiful bridal dresses, but it was I can't describe it. It's not quite ankle length, almost like quite 50s length dress obviously that signature Vivienne Westwood corseted detail, but then kind of kicks out at the hip. And then the bustier was, I don't really know how to describe the neckline, but it was quite unusual, almost like bird-like, I would say, but like it was just really cool. Rebecca Corbin-Murray styled her as ever, smashed it, and it was one of those ones on my feed which I just like stopped and gasped at. I was like, oh, she's amazing. So she's my pick from Cannes.
I feel like Cannes is my favourite of all the red carpets because it just feels so like timeless glamour. Everyone, maybe it's a bit too play it safey, I don't know, but I prefer that sort of vibe.
Yeah. Did you hear though that they've banned naked dressing?
Yes.
Which I think is quite, it's a choice, isn't it? I don't know whether that's because they were like, no more of like this. I guess each year people just
try and push it a bit more.
Push it a little bit further.
Yeah.
I gave a quote for the Telegraph on a piece that they wrote about the naked dress. And I'm like, not that I think that anybody should be policing women's bodies, but there is maybe a time and a place. And also like, let's look at the clothes instead of like the nipples and
yeah.
the knee.
I agree.
Because I think there's like an argument for it. Like there's amazing designer creations, but it doesn't have to be completely exposing.
Yeah.
And if you want to do that, just do that somewhere else.
Yeah.
I went to a bridal shop recently and did a reel for SheerLuxe, actually wearing a few Galia Le Havre dresses, which were all amazing, by the way. But one or two of them, they're kind of like lace, but the paneling is quite sheer. So it's sort of like see-through-ish, but not really. And we got a couple of comments from people saying bridal wear shouldn't be sexy. It should be modest, demure, whatever.
Oh.
And I don't know, I just wonder what you think about that, because I personally think you should be able to wear like on your wedding day, whatever the hell you want. And obviously there are certain gowns that are more appropriate for certain venues or situations. But I don't know. I felt like that personally. I think that kind of attitude is quite old fashioned.
Yeah, I would agree. I mean, I feel like whatever you want to feel like on your wedding day is what you should lean into. I definitely wanted to feel sexy, so I went with a much more sexier kind of dress. It didn't show my nipples, but because I did get married in church. I think the vicar would have had a problem.
That's the thing. Maybe like I totally get your point. Like it's your wedding, your dress, your body, your everything. But if you are going to be in like place of worship, is it inappropriate to like be in your undies?
Yeah,
there may be slightly, but also is it moving away from the whole point? Like,
but I also
hasn't
think, like,
all of weddings moved away from the whole point?
Totally, it has a bit. And like, you know, the whole idea of wearing white, for example, is that you are virginal, and like, I think the vast majority of brides these days are not going into their weddings as a virgin, so that in itself feels quite outdated. So I guess if you're getting married like in London, whatever, and you want to wear like a sheer dress that's a bit sexier,
or abroad.
Like, I don't know. I think maybe people need to sometimes let go of the rules and the tropes associated with bridal dressing.
I think it's more like I don't want my like old aunties
to see everything.
There is that.
Yeah. Here I am.
I'm like, where are they looking when they look at me? Like, I don't necessarily need them to look at my bum.
Yeah. And there is always one.
But if you're not inviting your old aunties, run free.
Yeah. You're keeping it small and just to your friends. Run with it. Let's go on to some product recommendations. I want to know what's one thing you really can't live without right now, Billy.
Oh, okay. Well, obviously I've like waxed lyrical about how much I love Lancaster. But I've just actually started using this Olaplex curl defining gel, which my hair's really gone. I actually had it cut last week and it feels so short now, but it was like the dregs of hair. It felt like real rat's tails.
Yeah.
And I just needed something that was like boosting it back to life. And I do feel like this gel has worked. My hair's really fine, which is quite rare with curly hair. And a lot of the products are just so heavy, it just weighs you down. But this is like, it's super light, nourishes your hair, moisturizes it, and gives it coily vibes. So if you're a curly girl, give it a whirl.
It does look really good.
Yeah, it does. I wish I was a curly girl.
Yeah, me too, man.
I'm a fake curly girl and it doesn't even go that curly.
Looks lush though.
Maya, do you have any products that you're loving?
I have started using YSL Love Shine Plumping Lip Gloss. Have you used that?
No.
Oh my God, they're so good.
It's really good.
Yeah.
I feel like I just saw it on your desk as you're walking past.
Okay, well I can't find it, so you need to tell me where it is.
It was on a desk that's near me.
Oh.
Or it was by the kitchen sink.
Oh, maybe that makes sense. Kitchen sink.
I definitely saw it on my walk to the studio.
I put it on.
And I was thinking,
down.
oh, cute. Yeah, I forgot I had that. I need to go and find it.
They're really. I've got it on now. They're really, really nice. Got a bit of a plumper in it. The colour ranges are really beautiful.
Okay.
What about you?
I am still loving Bare by Vogue's Clear Tanning Water. It's just on my brain because it's been nice weather and I've been having to tan a bit more. And excitingly, they are bringing out a travel-sized bottle.
Oh, that is good.
Which I'm like so excited about because quite often, you know, I stress out about hand luggage and not being able to bring fake tan with me. I know it's pathetic, but I do just feel better when I've like tanned. And yeah, my favourite one. And I just find the tan water, the colour is so natural. It's really easy to apply. It doesn't come off in your clothes or your sheets. So that's my big tan reco for
You
the
do
summer.
look very nice and bronze.
You do.
Yeah.
Thanks, girls.
Very, very.
Yeah, and I feel like I'm getting better at doing my hands and feet. Like, historically, they've been a bit hit and miss. But turns out, if you just buff it in with a little makeup brush, it's so much
Also,
easier.
no one's really looking that closely, you know?
Yeah, I wouldn't look too close at my feet. Anyway, I lost a toenail the other day. It was really sad.
Have you put an extension on it in replacement? Or?
No, you like.
Oh, it's
Can you
there.
see?
Oh,
I need to go and get
yeah.
a pedicure. Just don't look too close. But
Will they be able to do that?
yeah, apparently at Margaret Dabbs they can give you like a fake toenail.
Okay.
So
Fingers
pray for me.
crossed.
I
Brothers
know.
reunite at Margaret Dabbs.
Yeah, literally. And then I noticed the other day another one's like on the way out. It's really depressing.
Oh,
Harry was
yeah.
just like, give up marathon running, and I'm like, I can't.
But it's my identity.
It's my whole personality. What am I going to talk about now? Shall we move on to some dilemmas? before we
Let's.
finish?
Yeah.
Okay, first up. How do you resolve an argument when both you and your partner or your friend are both really stubborn?
Yeah, I say don't. Just definitely don't back down.
just don't wait for them to
Don't back down. I've actually used to be the person that would always run to say sorry and apologise like the quickest because I just want it to be over. Like my anxiety and everything would get the better of me.
Yeah.
But I've learned in my 11 years of being with Callum to actually just stand my ground because
Really?
I think if you feel really strongly that you are right, sometimes it's better to not let them win, genuinely. And that probably sounds a bit toxic, but I just...
Basically, back yourself, girl, you're right.
Well, I just feel why... Like, because he's equally as stubborn. So this is why I've learnt this way. I would always say sorry. And I feel like he was never learning his lesson. So now I'm like, no, do not back down.
And
if
do
you
feel
are.
like he's backing down a bit more?
Yeah, I feel like we're really even now, which is
Oh,
good.
good.
Like, definitely has become like perfectly working relationship.
Great. Love to hear that. 11 years later,
Years of marriage.
We're resolving things healthily.
No, we are. I mean, don't going to bed on an argument like that whole cliche saying is not nice, to be fair, because then you just sweat in bed stressing about something. It is nice to resolve it before going to bed.
Yeah. But I also feel like sometimes going to bed and just sleeping on it and then waking up kind of gives you like a fresh perspective on it.
Agree with that.
I don't always think that advice is like that good. Like,
Yeah, I
think
actually do agree with that.
if you can resolve it before bed, great.
Yeah.
But sometimes you just need a cooling off period.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I do agree with that.
Yeah, as an Aries, I definitely need a cooling off. It's like the steam blows, and then I'm like, okay, I need 10 minutes, and then I need to come back and say sorry.
Yeah.
And be logical.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I think, like, if you're an emotional person or your emotions are close to the surface, sometimes you just have to let it erupt. And then you're like, right, okay, I had a moment of madness.
Yeah.
Let's talk about this rationally.
Yeah.
But if you have two people who are, like, hot-headed in that way, I think you just have to sort of let it happen, and then you're like, right, okay, now let's rational head talk about this.
Yeah. I think there are like two types of arguments, isn't there? There's one that's like you're describing, like a big falling out, and then there's just like having a talking disagreement. That's the one I feel like you shouldn't back down from.
Right. Okay.
But that's the one that could go on for days.
That's logical.
That's the concern.
Long term, you should continue to believe in yourself is my takeaway.
I'll try not to argue over text. I think that's probably a big one.
Yeah.
Because that can just so easily get misconstrued and like it's so easy. I just think better to just talk things out in person.
And
you just buy a
sometimes it's
shot
okay
so
just to
text,
say
don't you?
that as well, being like, let's park this conversation to have
Talk
in
when we get home.
person.
Yeah.
But then that gives me like deathly anxiety.
Are you then like no, I need to speak to you right now. Tell me what you mean.
Yeah. Call them up.
Can you just confirm that you do still love me and then we'll be okay? Yeah.
And then we'll just not really talk about it later. Thanks, bye.
I hate an argument, man. It's the worst.
I don't think
talking about
anybody
things.
likes it,
No.
surely.
Some people do like a bit of drama though in their relationship.
No,
And they
not
like
for
pick
me.
fights. Not for me at all. Just tell me
same.
why you love me. Right, let's move on to a different one. Recently broken up with someone. What to do when my friends aren't free, but I want to socialise.
Oh.
That's sad. Okay, I'm sorry that you're going through a breakup, and good on you for trying to get out there and like do stuff, because I think that's the best way to get over a breakup.
I mean, run clubs.
Run clubs are actually a really good idea.
Finding activities of groups of new people with a shared interest.
Yeah.
Run clubs being something like that.
Gym class, run clubs.
Yeah.
Paddle.
Yeah.
Obviously.
Where my brain went, but
Join a tournament.
I also think maybe just put a bit more pressure on your friends.
yeah, that too.
Yeah.
I think they need to pull up their socks a bit and be like, our girl's going through a tough time. Let's step up and be there.
Yeah.
We had a thing at uni in which we had ace cards. I had an ace card for a night in and you had an ace card for a night out. And you could play both of them once in a year. So if you were just having a terrible, terrible day and you were like, right, we need to go on a night out, you threw your ace card in and everyone had to drop what they were doing and they just had to come, which I get is more difficult when you're not in a uni house and being reprobates. But I do think like the sentiment is there being like, right, girls, I'm going to use this like gold card once and I just need you to rally and please can we all just like meet here on Friday and go for drinks or do whatever you want to do. But I think like maybe just give your friends a bit of a nudge.
Yeah, agreed.
And like, maybe don't be afraid to be vulnerable, because maybe they think you're like
Doing
it
okay.
You're okay, yeah.
and they don't need to let me up with you. But be honest with how you feel and just be like, I really need my friends right now.
Yeah.
Because that's okay. Last one, sunglasses of the summer. What brands, what shapes are we loving?
I went into Harrods last week with the team and I want every pair of Loewe sunglasses that exist.
I don't think I've ever tried a pair of Loewe sunglasses.
Oh my, they're so good.
Are they?
Yeah. I just swear by them. Like they're just slightly different, slightly unusual, but like still really cool. And very, I wouldn't say entirely wearable. Some of them are quite unwearable, but within the unwearable, there's really wearable ones. And I found this like really big pair of kind of like slightly off square shape glasses that were like leaning more into an aviator shape, and they were really cool. Way cooler than I am. But I always think you should actually invest in sunglasses that are cooler than you to up your cool points.
Yeah, I think that's a pretty good styling hack.
Yeah. Where are you getting your sunnies around?
I like big ones.
Okay.
I was really into the skinny ones like 2 years ago, but now I really do like big frames. I love Jimmy Fairley, Vela.
They
And
look cool.
I just bought like they are aviator, but I think they're sort of leaning a bit more onto the Top Gun style.
Oh,
Very round, dark brown from Prada, which I'm very digging.
Ooh,
I love a big
nice.
sunny. I love a big sunny.
Yeah, I feel like
Glam,
big sunnies
glam.
are back.
Yeah. What about you?
They were kind of out for a long time. I'm still on the like not micro, but like small 90s sunnies trend. The new Jimmy Fairley Reformation.
Oh,
glass is
yeah,
really
that's a
cool.
nice glass.
I've got a little pair of like taut ones with a like tinted lens, and I think they're called the Floor, Flore. I really like them. I think they feel like I'm in a 90s rom-com or something.
You are.
I feel like a movie star.
I actually am.
You're in-house Michelle Pfeiffer.
Thank you. Yeah, I am. So yeah, I would recommend those. All right, girls. That wraps up today's episode. Thank you so much to Maya and Billy, and thank you at home for joining us. Don't forget to subscribe and spread the word about the SheerLuxe Vodcast to your friends. It really helps us. And remember as well about our competition to win the Smeg soda maker. All you need to do is comment below. Let us know what you'd like to see in the future from the Vodcast, and we will pick a winner next week. That's it. Thanks for watching. Bye.